Hi everyone. We just wanted to post an update today covering two topics: the US election result and implication for investors, and the Summerhill Community, which we'll be using to communicate client updates going forward. So firstly, the US election. We have posted a couple of articles recently about the election in the Summerhill online community, but given the developments this week, we just wanted to cover off on a few key points. We don't want to sound like a broken record, but federal elections, even in the US, don't matter as much as it may seem in terms of the stock market and your investments. There is no question that elections can create a lot of noise, and the US election this year has created more noise than most, but the investment impact is minimal and cannot be predicted. Election year politics don't tend to have a meaningful and lasting impact on either equities or bonds. Share market performance is not based on any one person or party. And the idea that Republicans are more market friendly than Democrats is certainly not supported by historical returns and data. With that said, it appears that markets are treating the election outcome as a best case scenario. It is viewed that a Joe Biden presidency may potentially provide more stable narrative and less Twitter-driven politics, which I tend to agree, while a potentially split Congress may limit the risk of a dramatic shift left in policy. Now, some people would like to believe that you can predict what will happen in the years following a new presidential term based on the market's initial reaction to the election. But we think it's always impossible to predict what the stock market is going to do in the short term, especially around an emotionally charged election and global pandemic. There is a lot of uncertainty in the short term at present. We don't know which policies they're going to implement while in office and if they'll be supported. We don't know which sectors and industries will be the biggest winners and losers of those policies. We don't know how soon the virus will be contained. When does the vaccine arrive, or how long it will take to be administered to enough people to make it effective. And finally, we don't know how investors will react. But we are optimistic that the medium-term outlooks remains positive for shares, given the low interest rate environment, alongside with more expected policy and government support to see the recovery continue. So now what? While short-term impacts of the US election cause heightened uncertainty, it's important to stay focused on your goals from an investment point of view and invest in a manner that best aligns with those goals. Ignore the short-term noise and stay the course. Boring, not sexy, but a lot cheaper, and avoids the stress of trying to do the impossible, which is predict the future. Moving on now to the Summerhill Community. You would have received an email from us last month to join the Summerhill Community. All clients are provided with premium membership, and we will be using the community to not only provide regular client video updates going forward, but we'll also be using it to post articles and answer general questions on topics that are of interest and relevant, as well as an Ask Alex feature, detailed how-to guides, presentations, and guest interviews on relevant topics. As an example, given so many people have been working longer hours at home recently, we thought understanding what sort of home office expenses can be claimed in your tax return would be useful. So we recently posted an interview with Andrew Harvey, tax advisor and founder of Summerhill Financial Management, who outlined the different categories of home office expenses and how they can be claimed in your tax return when completing your tax return. We have included a link in the email to the interview, which can be accessed in the Summerhill Community. We view the community is a much better way to share our updates rather than sending constant emails, as you'll have control as to when and how you access the information. You're able to control the notification settings so that you are notified or not when we post a new update. Now, of course, it does not change the current advice you're receiving. We just hope it enhances the current service offered to you. But what it will mean is that we will no longer be emailing video updates individually going forward. So this will be the last one we email individually. And if you wish to continue receiving general updates from us, you'll need to join the Summerhill community, and we've included the link to access your premium membership in the email. As a member, please feel free to invite others who you think might benefit from the community. And as always, we appreciate your feedback on any improvements or content that you'd like to see covered. Thanks.